Alright, how is everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I'm going to be talking about specialists and what I would buff or nerf about each individual one. And the gameplay you're watching in the background right now are my two AC-130s while also using the Maddox MFB, the final gun you just unlocked through the beta in general, level 40. And this guy just completely shit on me with the Spitfire. But anyway, you guys, I guess we can just go ahead and get it started. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Nomad. Now the Nomad is basically useless. I have rarely died to the dog, and I've already talked about the AI in previous videos. The dog just doesn't have really good AI. And on top of that, the tripwire, it is, because I run Engineer, because in this game with everything that they have, that's like a crutch perk. You have to run Engineer. And I can just see the little tripwires, so I don't ever fall for them. They're not useful, to me. They don't kill me. And like I said, there's been rare instances where I did, and it's either because I didn't set up a class right, not equipping Engineer, or things like that. And yeah, that's really just what I wanted to say about him. He really doesn't have anything going for him. Like I said, his AI dog is messed up, and the tripwire is bad. Now, to fix this problem, I would insinuate that the dog have, I would say triple health of a normal person. I don't think that's too much. Well, time to kill is pretty in this game. Sometimes you kill him fast, sometimes you kill him slow. Sorry about that. But I would just insinuate that you fix the health, or you fix his, well, I'd say damage, but you just get one hit KO'd when you do get hit by him. So, I would just say buff the health, maybe. He's not really a bullet sponge. I can kill him with one rocket launch. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. And for the tripwire, don't let it be seen through Engineer. I don't know. I have a different way to counter it, because Engineer just completely negates the all effectiveness of that even working on anybody. And yeah, guys, so that's just for the Nomad. Next one I want to talk about is the Seraph. Now the Seraph I only used about maybe 10 times in general. Not 10. Sorry, I completely exaggerated that because I was looking at my notes. Saw the number 10. No, I used the Seraph like 2 times realistically, and because I don't see any real use for her. Her abilities and her weapon aren't really, they're not really going to get you anywhere. They're going to get the team places. And even then, every time a teammate was using the Seraph and used the attack deploy beacon, they would just put us into a spawn trap, and then we just keep getting spawn trapped. And her weapon only has 6 shots, and who knows if you're even going to hit all 6 on people. I have seen people do it before, but it's just an oddball. You never know. So, I don't really see any way of fixing the Seraph. I did read in some recent notes of Treyarch that they are going to be adjusting the attack deploy beacon and, differentiating where spawns are, where enemies are, stuff like that to better help it. And the Annihilator, I just think it's a terrible weapon per se. Not terrible, it's a one-hit kill, but it's pretty, I'd say it's pretty hard to get. But yeah, you guys, so that's just it for the Seraph. Now the next one I want to talk about is Ruin. I think Ruin is fine exactly the way he is. His gravity spikes load up. I would say any specialist weapon loads up pretty quick, but his doesn't suck. So, and the grapple hook, it works perfectly with the way he's supposed to be. So I think the Ruin is completely fine. So the next one I'm going to talk about is Torque. Now Torque is also kind of in the same trap as Nomad. I use Engineer, and I can see everything through walls. So with his barricade, I run rocket launchers because I don't like it when people have like this AC-130s up in the air. And talking about AC-130s, a lot of people, I don't know whether it's Ghost or Cold-Blooded or something, but I really can't see a lot of people. See, in Modern Warfare 2, I can just see people everywhere, the little red squares and stuff. But in this, I don't even know who's shooting me. I can't see the rocket coming up towards me like you would be able to in Black Ops 2 or anything like that. So I think that needs a, a buff or something, talking about buffs. But anyway, back to the specialist. For Torque, I can see everything. So I run, rocket launchers. And it takes 1 rocket launcher for the barbed wire. And it takes 2 rocket launcher shots to kill his, barricade. And, you're spending the whole match. You earn your barricade, you set it down. And then say just 2 people have rocket launchers, both shoot it at once. It's done. Sorry, none for you. So I mean, I know it's just for like areas and stuff. And see, this is how to properly use this shit. That guy's trying to kill me from the back. Nah. But yeah, you guys, I would say, you know, just buff the health of the barbed wire, but lessen the damage, because it'll just fucking kill you if you get caught up in it. So I guess lessen the damage, but you know, buff the health. Same with the barricade. Buff the health of it, but take down the all around effectiveness of the guardian portion of, you know, the shield. And you know, you never know. And I love this little thing right here. Sometimes I trap myself in there on this map. Anyway, you guys, let's talk about the next one. And the next one I want to talk about is battery. Now with battery, I have no problem with her grenade. Her grenade is fine. Just I would, you know, recommend just, I guess, buffing the damage. I mean, it would be rare that I actually die from the initial hit. I'd really, you know, get killed by the little ones. So what I would say is buff, you know, the big initial hit, considering it's the biggest, you know, grenade. And then with all the little ones, give it like smaller damage. And with the war machine part of it, I believe it should just all around go back to the Black Ops 3, where you would shoot it and 3 other ones would spawn. And that would actually make sense to the way her grenade works, to where you throw it and it explodes and then little ones come out. It would make sense for the war machine to also do that. And yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk about on battery. You know, I never really died from the war machine, or let alone the grenade. Like I said, the little ones would kill me more. So I think the little ones should do less damage and the initial explosion should do more. So the next one I want to talk about is Prophet. Now with Prophet, you know, oh, and here, oh, well, it didn't work, but you saw my rocket launcher shot. If I shot the other one, it would have just instantly destroyed that. So with Prophet, he's, I guess, fine. I mean, I would die pretty frequently to his little seeker thing. I wouldn't die, but, you know, it'd come up to get me. But, you know, I press square on it a lot. And, you know, it does take time to do all of that stuff. But overall, for the seeker drone, you know, you could just press square. Like I said, another big problem, I run engineer. So with running engineer, you know, it doesn't help all these people's things. It doesn't help the specialist's abilities enough, because I can just instantly go through it because I run engineer. So what I recommend, like I said, making a different perk or something, you know, allowing those things not to be seen at all, or maybe make it to where you need to run a very special or a specific perk, you know, to counter them instead of engineer, because engineer covers all of them. As you see, I can see the attack deploy beacon also through the wall alongside it. So with that, you know, but, you know, sorry, I got off topic. Talking about the Prophet. With Prophet, you know, his seeker drone, it's a hit or miss. It's either, you know, I press square on it because I can see it coming, or it comes behind me and it, you know, he can completely obliterate me if he's following it or whatever. So, I see what I'm talking about. I don't really know how to fix it other than with a perk. That's really my only solution for it. But with his weapon's fine. You know, it puts people down. If you hit him twice, it kills them. So, you know, it's not completely useless. And I also added Fortnite gameplay because all my COD gameplays are, you know, for, you know, COD, like the main video. And this is just kind of snippets of a earlier match today. The ending's pretty funny, but, you know, don't hate on my sniper, you know, gameplay. I'm not that good. But getting off topic, you know, I really don't have any cries or fits about Prophet's weapon. Just really the seeker. Like I said, it's hit or miss, and the only way I can say to fix it is with a different, you know, perk or whatever. So now we're going to talk about Recon. I think that's his name. I'm not sure what his name is, but the Recon to me is perfectly fine. You know, you're not going to get completely spammed with Recon unless you're playing Chaos CDM and 2 people choose them, and then, you know, during the match, you know, they'll use them at different times. You know, there's no spam with the ability or anything like that. You know, you can be seen through walls relatively quickly with the sensor dart. But, as like I said, again, I run engineer. But the difference between this one and all the other ones is with that one, you actually have to go out of your way to hit it. So say, like, the enemy put it on their side or whatever. You know, you're going to have to go there. You're going to have to get yourself out of cover and everything. And you're going to have to go over there and try to destroy it. Now, whether your teammates are being completely dumbasses or, you know, they're actually trying to help you is whether or not, you know, you can actually do it successfully without dying or not. But with, like I said, that's really just him. He's completely fine. I don't really see any, you know, big problem with him. Now we're going to talk about Ajax. Ajax, they did buff him. They buffed the grenade, how quick you get the grenade, the flashbang or 9-bang, and how quick you get the, or how the radius, how big the radius is. And I think it's completely fine for Ajax. He seemed overpowered to me to begin with, but they said, well, they stated in their like review of week 1 that he was underperforming against all the other specialists, so they buffed him. So I guess that's a good part on him. You know, like I said, I don't really have a problem with him. Firebreak, same thing. They buffed his fusion core. That's what I'm gonna call it. Some shit from Titanfall, but I'm gonna call it a fusion core because it's, you know, radiation and everything. And, you know, they buffed the damage on it, and as you saw in the last, the Call of Duty gameplay version of this video, that, you know, it completely just obliterates people and gives you tons of score. One thing though is Purifier, it could work more like, you know, the Black Ops 3 one, where it kills a little quicker, because it doesn't really kill that fast, you know, from my experience with it. So, you know, I guess buff that. That's all I really have to say about him. Now, the guy who heals, I am so sorry, I just don't know his name, but he can heal people. He's the only one whose names I don't know. But for him, he's just kind of like the rest, or not the rest, because, you know, I have mixed opinions on all of them. But for him, it's whatever. He heals people to 200. He drops supplies, and I love the supply drop thing. You know, he drops all the ammo and stuff. You don't really need to run scavenger if somebody's running him on your team. But yeah, so like I said, I stated in my with all the other ones what the problems were, and, you know, what specialists I don't really, you know, think need a buff or a nerf, that they're just fine the way they are. And I tried to give my little insight on, you know, how well I would insinuate on giving them a buff. But yeah, you guys, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I tried to make this one a little more professional. You know, I don't really make professional videos. But anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will be uploading a little later today, so look out for that one. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and peace out.